Hi guys. I didn't realize I was gonna be putting this together, but I've been meaning to, and I figure what better day to put it together than today. So, fun fact: today is my birthday. Whoop whoop. Um, and being that it's my birthday, I am gonna go ahead and use my official birthday card to ask for a favor from you guys. So, if you hadn't read it already, the official birthday card authorizes the cardholder to ask for completely random things and get willing participation from others on their birthday, free of judgment and full of enthusiasm from everyone. Disclosure: this card cannot be used for malicious intent. So, I know I brought this up before about Ambitious Girl. I love this book. It's a super positive female empowerment book, and I'd asked a couple of people before if they could kind of check out where they found this book at their Walmart. Um, if you hadn't seen it before, the thing about Ambitious Girl is she is persistent, assertive, confident, and proud. It says that ambitious means all of that and more. She has goals. She's keeping score. Ambitious girls get things done. If life's a race, they're ready to run. If we fall, we get back up. If we fail, it's a chance to disrupt. So ambitious girls kind of been super inspiring for me, and it's one of those that I think is empowering for girls of all ages, races, backgrounds, everything. I mean, I fell in love with this book immediately after um, I read it. So I'm ready. So the thing is, this book, when I wanted to go tell other people where to find it, like I looked at where it was at and where it wasn't at, because I just happened to see it. It was actually the title that caught my attention. And anyway, the when you look in the children's section, or when you did in the past, when you were able to look in the children's section, you would find books like, "Oh, the places you'll go," "The world needs more purple people," "Dear Girl," "Good Night Stories for Rebel Girls," all these like fun books, right? And if you're a kid, where are you going to go for books? You're going to go to the area that's got all those colors and the cartoons on the front, or maybe the little characters that look like you, or whatever. But yeah, no. Ambitious Girl was actually found in this section. It was found below Nasty Girls, Dirty Little Secrets, and Her Pleasure. Also, the memoir Cicely Tyson, Just As I Am. But yeah, there's a lot of adult content there, or as a friend had referred to it as after dark reading. um, but yeah, so I was kind of taken off guard by the placement of the book. And so if we go all the way down to that bottom shelf, these are some of the books that are on that shelf. And it's Dream Big Little One. And this is a book that is basically what the title says, is to dream big. It has a lot of female African American characters throughout the story that have just made their mark in history. And it's something that is inspiring for a younger audience. Sui is something that she has. She's not comfortable in her own skin. She's darker, and then in a part of the story, it talks about we need both dark and light, and sometimes your light shines brightest in the dark. Sui actually means star, if I have that right. I think I do. Um, so it was another book that I absolutely loved. But now, Ambitious Girl. Ambitious Girl isn't anything. I know there is a young black girl on the cover, but it doesn't say anything about race. There's nothing about race in this book. Um, it is just saying you can do it. Believe in yourself. And you're more than just, the bare minimum kind of thing. You can be anything you want to be. And I loved that message. And I wanted to know how to get it in everybody else's hands. Plus, I was kind of curious, like, why are these books in this section? I wasn't sure if, like, well, maybe this is a cultural appropriation thing. Maybe I am out of my lane kind of thing. So I reached out to some of my friends on our diversity and inclusion team, or we call it the IDEA team. It's in inclusion, diversity, equity, and accessibility. Um, so I reached out to them and I'm like, hey guys, I want to respect what is yours. I want to respect others' backgrounds and cultural, um, I'm just trying to be respectful of others, just like I want them to be respectful of me, kind of thing. Um, and so anyway, I asked them, hey, is this is this a thing? Like, should they be there or should they be with all the other kids' books? Because my thinking is they should be with all these other kids' books. And they said, yeah, no, they should be with all the other kids' books. So I made it a mission to go ahead and reach out to um, Walmart after discovering that it wasn't just my Walmart, it wasn't just my store that had this book grouped with all the adult content kind of books, or not all, those kind of books, like Nasty Girl, Her Pleasure, It's Like Candy. Nothing against those books. I mean, you know, teach their own kind of thing, but I didn't feel like the young children's books should be mixed in. I mean, so anyway, uh, so as I'm going through the Walmart list of Walmart stores, I'm using the Walmart mobile app to try to see where this book is, like which aisle it's in. And although I could find it in the same aisle as some of the children's books, um, when I went to local stores where it was located in the same aisle as the children's books, it was actually um, that it was in the same aisle but in a different section. It was along with those other um, African American, primarily African American books, um, and it and um, they were separated from the other children's books, whether it was like by a divider between the shelves or however it I guess that's really what it would be. It was by dividers in the shelves. Um, anyway, it was always separated. But each time, although it was separated from the other children's books, it was never in a different aisle from these others, from the adult content. So, and in some cases, at some stores, it was actually like two aisles over from the normal children's books for that age group. And so, yeah, I thought something needed to be done about it. And so I reached out to um, the executive VP of consumables at Walmart. And then she had put me in touch with the book buyer at Walmart. Uh, this this is my long email. Feel free to pause this and come back to it if you want to actually read it. And I guess this isn't even the whole email. This was like little bits and pieces of the email. But basically, I'm like, hey, what's going on? And I don't think this is right. She put me in touch with the book buyer who um, he also agreed that the books should be grouped together and not in this basically where they were separated um, based off the characters on the cover. One of the things I had mentioned is it's literally judging a book by its cover. Now, I don't want to discredit like Walmart for not making moves to be more inclusive and diverse, because one of the things that I loved seeing was they have these this Crayola has these pencils, markers, and crayons that are called Colors of the World, I want to say. And it's just got all these different skin tone colors. So it's not like you have to color in black or white or straight brown, but um, like you can color an almond to this other, and it's just different shades. And so everybody doesn't necessarily have to look like a cartoon, but look like maybe their brother, their sister, their mom, their dad, their cousin kind of thing, or like themselves. So I loved that. Also, during Pride Month, I loved the gray Skittles bags that were saying only one one rainbow matters during Pride. I thought that was so awesome, and like, way to go, kudos, kind of thing, to Walmart. But then it was just like, oh well, I think they still have some room to make changes, and so that's when I reached out, and the response was great as far as like, first of all, the VP of consumables was she replied to me the same day, and then later that day, I think, or the very next day, I ended up getting the this email from Miles, the book buyer, and I I was so pumped, and we had another messaging back and forth, and he told me that the books will start switching over at the beginning of May, and by the third week of May, all the books should be where they need to be. So I was super duper excited when at my Walmart I ran across this. Like, I think it was actually the very last week of April. I happened to stumble upon this, and I was like, "Ooh!" and yeah, it actually has children's books like on one of those labels. So I was super excited. Um, and I ended up going later on, about 2 weeks later, and I saw this. And if you notice, there are no children's books. I was so super duper excited. Um, Even the tags for the the children's books are no longer there, because like I was reading all the little price tags just trying to find Ambitious Girl. So yes, score. No children's books in that section. The big thing is the kids wouldn't have seen it um, if they're over there. And books like Ambitious Girl that are super inspiring are never really given a fair share when they're sitting on the bottom shelf so far over. So anyway, um, yeah. So there's no children's books, but I also unfortunately didn't find Ambitious Girl at my store. I know that you can buy it online, and actually it was like $7 cheaper online through Walmart. Um, but I'm really sorry I fell off a second there because I got tongue tied. But basically, I just wanted to use my official birthday card to ask if you can just go to your Walmart, or while you're at your Walmart, if you can run by the book section, see if you can find Ambitious Girl. If you can, awesome, check it out, and maybe even give it to a girl in your life, because it doesn't matter your age, your race, your background, anything. That book is totally applicable and motivating. Um, but regardless if Ambitious Girl is in your store or not, if you can check to see if all the children's books are being appropriately grouped with the other children's books, and you don't have that bottom row, or that those few that are singled out, because I think that Walmart's really trying to make an effort here, and I know Miles is. And I want to send him an email back thanking him for making this change across the country, in more than just my store. Um, I want to thank him for his efforts in promoting inclusivity, diversity, equity, and accessibility. Um, but I want to make sure that it goes beyond just my little orbit. I want to make sure you guys are all feeling this too. So Um, that's kind of my birthday wish. Or like one that I think is easy, that anybody could go ahead and fulfill. So let me know. Feel free to send me a picture of what your bookshelves look like over there. I'm super interested to find out. I'm also super interested to find out if you guys have Ambitious Girl or if you've read it, because if you haven't, let me tell you, you've got to. But anyway, if you've made it this far, thank you. Super duper appreciate it. All right, let me know. Talk to you guys later.